Good evening, YouTube. I was not gonna come on live tonight. However, my spirit was bothering me, and I feel like I at least had to just do that today. Usually, I come on here and I talk about all this like dismal stuff. I know I said I wasn't the bringer of good news, but I want to keep it light tonight. And I just want to talk about something that actually is very important either way, even if it's a more of a light topic. So the importance of a rest day. Give me a second here. Let me hop on. Give me a minute. Okay. So the importance of having a rest day. Super important, and it helps with bringing normalcy back into your world. And why do you need normalcy? Because the kind of stress that you're under is breeding a situation where nothing feels normal in your world anymore. It's breeding a situation where you've forgotten how to be normal. You're in a constant state of panic. No one is coming to help you. The police aren't taking your report seriously, etc., etc., etc. So the world as you know it has fallen apart. Everywhere you go, you don't feel like you're in a normal world anymore. You feel like you're in a living nightmare. So because of that, you need to find and embrace normalcy very quickly. And the earlier on you do this in the process, the better. The earlier on you get this habit, the better. Because if you're in a state where you've kind of been in this situation for a while, it's not too late to implement, of course. But if you're in a situation where you're like 6 months in or something like that, or a couple months in, it's a perfect time to start learning how to live in a world that is disrupted. So yesterday's live was really important because I really talked about like soul contracts, and that is essential to getting out of this. Like, you're not getting out of this without breaking soul ties. These are, check out the last live that I did, and that'll give like a lot of information about it. That live talks about how to remain committed in everything that's going on right now. So let me talk about the power of the rest day. When I first started going through this in the first couple of months, there was a point where I realized that I just moved into a new house and I wasn't doing any of the things that I would have normally done having just moved into a new home. So the first thing was, I didn't properly unpack my house. I think I was maybe in month like 3 or 4 thereabouts, where I slowed down and I had to unpack the rest of the bags in my home from moving in, put blankets away, pack away closets, do laundry, make my bed, change my bed, these kind of things. I decided to go to the gym, fix the house, a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm sure as they came into my home, they realized like, wait a minute, she's gone ahead and actually is putting things together. Shortly thereafter, I was taking time in the morning to get dressed. I was, waking up earlier, doing a meditation, making a smoothie, making breakfast. And then I was playing music as I got ready in the morning, chose really nice clothes to go to work, grabbed a coffee on the way to work, and put myself back into a routine. Putting yourself back into the routine reminds you of your life pre-gang stalking. What you're doing, and I remember saying to someone actually that this is the first time in a long time that I feel normal. You have to cling to the feeling of normalcy in order to find it. And the reason it is extremely important to fight for the feeling of normalcy is everything starts in your mind first. So once you bring your mind back to a normal place, or a place where you have a routine and things are feeling the same way again, then you're going to find yourself in a situation where you can actually begin to make plans. You can begin to slow down enough. Okay, so this is what happens when you're being gang stalked. Essentially, time speeds up. It feels like time is has sped up, and it's kind of running away from you. So everything just feels, and I mean like dramatically, time dramatically speeds up. The days are much shorter. Everything is in a huff, everything is a panic, and you find yourself, if you are working, you're just going to work and coming home. You're not feeling like, it's not like you're getting up and you're going out and you're doing all of this extra stuff that you used to do. So it's a weird situation. What you want to find yourself doing is you want to find yourself slowing time down. So by me waking up a little bit earlier in the morning, taking my time to get dressed, taking my time to say, oh my God, this smoke is traveling far. Taking my time to get dressed, taking my time to have a smoothie in the morning, or make breakfast for myself, or all of that other stuff, or make plans for the day. All of that puts me in a state where my day slows down. So by the time I get to work at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, I've already had like a full day. Like, it feels like I've had a full day before I've even gotten to where I have to go. Another part of it was I used to work out in the morning. So I used to leave my house super early and get to the gym for like 7:30, 8 o'clock, have a workout, and then find myself like getting back home, getting dressed, and then going to work. Your routine falls apart in the beginning as you begin to acclimatize to everything that's happening, and then you need to find yourself back in a situation where you're either building a new routine, a healthier routine, or you're finding yourself back in a situation where you need to add hours to your day, active hours, productive hours, etc. I also used to try to make use of my time in the car when I used to have longer drives to work. So I would listen to things on the radio, like, I'm in retail. So I would listen to retail podcasts. I would listen to things where I got to learn things that were giving me ideas of things I had to do at work. So the other thing that used to happen for me is that my store started looking better. So I would go in, re-merchandise, flip the store around, have things. So it was almost like in the middle of gang stalking, in the middle of all this pressure being applied, I constantly was improving something. And that's something that you need to kind of think about, is what can I continue to improve for myself regardless of what's going on? What can I continue to do where I don't have to feel like things are falling apart? I can hold on to what's going on. And I talk about the significance of improving while you're in your gang stalking journey, because what that does is people are not able to see that things, like, what is intended to work is working. They're not seeing any progress. So what's going to actually happen is people are going to doubt. And the biggest people that you want to cause doubt to is the benefactors, the people that are paying for this work to be done to you. So you definitely want to think about improving yourself, making changes, getting better. However, what I want to talk about is the rest day. So on your rest day, you want to take everything slowly. That's important. Don't rush to wake up in the morning. Do not rush to get anything done. Don't I suggest not leaving your house, because if you take your rest day as an errand day, you need another day for errands. Or you need to run your errands during the week, say before you come home or whatever. A rest day is a day you do not leave the house. It's a day you wake up late, etc., etc. You know that you're going to be sent some sort of energy towards you because they figure that you are relaxing. So you need to make sure that the day that you're going to stay in the home, you have incense or sage, ideally both. You're gonna have sage for when you start feeling anxiety attacks come in out of nowhere, different attacks and different feelings coming in out of nowhere. You need to sage your home. And then you need to keep incense running throughout the day just to kind of break up the energy either way. I personally turn off my phone. I turn off my phone on weekends. Actually, to be honest, my phone's off a lot of the time. I don't care who's calling. I don't care what they want. I don't care what it's about. I will call people back when I feel like calling them back, if I feel like calling them back, but for the most part, I do not care. Or my phone's on do not disturb. Now, that's something that I've done for literally years. Like, I'm talking like 10 years maybe. Like, I've just never been a person whose phone, I don't like my personal time disturbed. And sometimes you might be having like a very peaceful day, you might be very relaxed, and you get that one stupid call or that stupid text that disturbs you. This is not the day for that. So I would block all access to me, not checking emails, not doing any of that. And if I do check emails, I'm not responding to them either way. I'm putting them off for another time because it's not a thinking day either. It's supposed to be a relaxing day. You're supposed to be meditating anyway, so your meditation should be slower on that day. It's the perfect day for a bath. And that goes whether you're male or female. A spiritual bath is important. You're doing it once a week either way. You don't have to do it on the same day every week. I suggest you don't, because you definitely do not want gang stalkers planning for when to attack you based on when you're going to take your spiritual bath. So that's something that I would look out for. That's a day to cook food, to meal prep, whatever it is that you're going to do. Change your sheets, do your laundry, all of that. Very, very essential. Do not watch anything gang stalking related. The word gang stalking does not exist on your rest day. You're not learning tips and tricks. You're not finding out what this is about. You're not, none of it. You're playing music. You're watching a movie. You're reading a book. You're getting back to things that you enjoy doing by yourself or with your family pre-gang stalking. So I'll give an example for myself. Things that relax me. So it could be cooking, going for a walk, exercising, grooming, catching up on grooming. If you're a woman, like things you're going to do in the home, right? So like if you're a woman, you could get your nails done, if you could do them yourselves, or if you want to leave the house and go get it done. The only reason I say do not leave the house is because if you're being gang stalked, people are waiting for you to come out of your house. So if you leave the house, you're going to encounter them, and then that's not peaceful. Then you're tolerating. So, or you're enduring. So you want to put yourself in a position where you're avoiding that contact all day long, 24 hours of knowing like it's that one day of the week that you know you're not going to be in a gang stalking situation. You're doing this because you need to break it apart. You can't have 7 days a week of gang stalking. If you could ideally only break it to 5 days, perfect. And then you have 2 days in the house, and they at some point are going to figure like this person's not coming out for these 2 days. And so what you're going to have to deal with is psychological stuff, or energy or psychic attacks, but you're going to find means of dealing with that as well. I have videos on how to deal with that stuff, and maybe I'll make a video of how I've dealt with the psychological and the psychic and the energy attacks. So maybe I'll have a video for that. Your brain needs to rest. It aids in the emotional healing that you need to go through, and it breaks down. If you're being pummeled with pressure every single day, it is not good for your mind. It makes you it keeps you in a state of constant anxiety for too long, even if you're dealing with it very well. The thing about your brain, your body in general, is things slip from you without you recognizing that it's slipping. It just slips. And then other people recognize that you're not doing too well, but you might think that you are and you're not. So it is really important for you to like take your time. Take your time with this stuff. You want to be thinking about good memories on this day. This is all conscious. This is not going to be easy right off the bat. The first time you do it, the first couple times you do it, this is a decision that you make, and these are decisions that you keep making. You make yourself a nice breakfast, you make yourself a nice brunch, you relax, You breathe and you fight for normal. And you need to keep grasping at normal every day. You could do things like looking at old pictures, definitely watching movies, definitely relaxing music, definitely meditations. These are things that you have to do. I talked about catching up on chores, and the reason that you're catching up on chores is because if you have, say, a Sunday, today's Sunday, or let's say your off day is whatever day in the week, and you take that day and instead of moping around and being down and beating down on yourself, you play upbeat music so that you can get out of bed, because it might be hard for you depending on what kind of psychological attacks are you're being sent. You play some good upbeat music, you get out of your bed. Now you're getting caught up on your laundry, you're getting caught up on grooming, you're getting caught up on like cleaning your home. What you're doing is you're setting yourself up for the week ahead with a clean home. It looks like somebody lives in the house, because what happens is week after week after week of not doing that, is that's how you end up looking like you're homeless, like somebody lives in the house, but it's like it just will continue to deteriorate. Your quality of living goes down, and especially if you're worried about money because they're attacking your finances, you're going to find yourself, one day off is not going to destroy your finances. It is not, but you have to do it for your mental health, because you can't make money without being mentally okay. And one of the things people do is you'll see someone before gang stalking, they look a certain way, and then after gang stalking, they look rough. They've aged a whole bunch, they don't look the same, they look stressed, and the signs of stress are in your face. Like, you look tired, you look worn down, you're not happy, etc. Like, you need to work on that. And the first couple weeks, it's going to take work and effort, and then you're going to ease into it. And before you know it, just going to be relaxed. You're going to be at peace. You're going to be breathing better. Things are going to feel better for you. So that's what you're looking for. Normalcy is the beginning of forcefully taking your life back. You cannot ask for your life back. You need to take your life back from this situation. And having a situation where you're practicing the feeling of normalcy, that is where you begin to take it back. It will take, after you are out of the loop of facing the constant pressure of being gang stalked, of being followed, of being harassed, it still takes a couple of months to come back to normal. You start feeling good right away for sure, but it takes a while before you're completely back into the old reality. It takes a while. And then, slowly, if you're lucky enough that you're not being crowded out on the streets anymore, and you can drive around without people following you, again, getting rid of the cell phones and those kind of things, then you can find yourself in situations where you're just feeling a lot more calm. You're feeling calm in your body, you're going outside, you're feeling calm in your environment, you don't have a bunch of weirdos around you all the time. Even if you just get one day a week that's like that, you go out for a walk, no cell phone, or a cell phone that is turned off. Like, look it, I'll tell you, I think I have a military phone. And so when I turn it off, and then I also have like a puck code. So when I turn it off, it stays off. But if I turned off my iPhone, they could turn it back on. So it depends on like what the phone is. I would say if I have an iPhone and I turn it, like, I wouldn't walk around with an iPhone. I would just leave it at home. I don't think they're gonna kill you in the woods, but I mean, don't go at night and stuff like that. Like, use common sense. But like, just do things that are unpredictable, where you could just get yourself a moment of peace, a moment where you can be away. I find that situations where there aren't many people in a location anyway, are a little bit better. However, people are going to tell me differently, because you guys know better than mine. And I think every situation is different, just depending on the style of the group that's gang stalking you. But, whenever I had moments of like going for a walk and stuff like that, I'd be by myself. Like, how can hordes of people just be following you to like random places? You know what I mean? you just need to block access to you. And the day off is definitely like a reset day. See, there are things that people want to hear. Like I always kind of feel like the information that people want to hear the most is the most practical information. But the practical information is like a piece of the pie. You need the other stuff. You need the emotional rebalancing. You need stuff about your mental health. You need stuff that is spiritual. You need all of it. It's a full pie, because this is a 360-degree attack on you. So you need multiple different ways of healing. People that constantly are coming up with new ideas, they sit and they brainstorm this, they have meetings about this. What can we do based on the information that we have on this person, based on what we know about them? What can we do to disturb their peace? And so it's almost like how like Google and other apps like kind of show you ads that are specific to you. That's what they do. If they know that like something bothers you or you don't like certain things, then that's what they're going to do. That's why they befriend you in the beginning, so that they can take notes on you and find out about you and get information. So this is something that you really do need to take care of your emotional health. I find a lot of people let that go, and before you know it, it's like you have a place to live, but you look homeless. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not like, you're looking shabby. You're not dressing, the same way that that you used to. Blah 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 blah. So, this is pretty much it. How long has this been? 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep it short. Get off of the roller coaster, control the breathing. The breathing is a huge indicator of where you are in your mental health, where you are as far as your spiritual strength, as far as your strength. You got to get the breathing under control. Meditation. No one could understand why I never had the anxiety and I was never like under a massive amount of pressure. Meditation, meditation, meditation. There's this thing where, people meditate and they get closer to God and they get these messages and all of that. But meditation is not just about that. It's about oxygenating your body, because when you go out there, your heart's gonna like, you're gonna get heart palpitations, your heart rate's gonna skyrocket, etc. You want to get yourself to a point where you stabilize your breathing for at least an hour. 20 minutes is not enough. These 10 to 15-minute meditations online, they're not enough. You got to find guided meditation videos that are at least 45 minutes to an hour. Lay in that and just breathe in and out, in and out. Turning your brain and your thought processes off, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you in the beginning. And actually, I think for the life of meditating as a human being, turning your brain off is challenging. It is. However, meditation is the restart that you don't know is working, but it is. It's not one of those things that works just one time. It's the lifestyle change that makes a massive difference. So as you continue to meditate all the time, breathing in and out and taking your time, and that's all you're doing. You're not looking for more out of a meditation than just to calm your mind. Oxygenating your body. I was listening to something about the science of meditation, and essentially what it does is these scientists, they measured how much energy you use. Like they have a tool of measurement. I can't remember what it is, but they have a tool of measurement where they measure how much energy you use at a normal functioning state. And then when you're having an anxiety, you're using way more. Like, so sometimes you're using way more energy or life force than your body can handle. And then when you meditate, you take it all the way down, like it's very low. So it's lower than what you would use even just at a state of rest, but not meditating. So if you're at a state of rest, you're just sitting down, you're not doing anything, you're not thinking about anything. Meditating would make you use even less energy than that. So it allows your body to catch up to all the anxiety that is sucking out and depleting your life force. So you're meditating, you're using less life force, less energy, and then it gives your body time to rebuild itself. So the stress that is occurring, the brain damage, the the tissues that are not like rebuilding themselves as fast, all kinds of damage that's happening around your body, the meditation is taking it down, and it's giving you some time to catch up to all that damage that is happening. So it's a scientific thing as well, how meditation is going to slow you. It's going to slow down everything, your aging, your moods, etc. So I'm a person, because of my commitment to this lifestyle, I can have a horrible day one day and get back to peace. And in the very beginning when I was meditating, I would be like, okay, this meditation will last me up until, let's say, noontime, based on these factors, these stress factors in my life. And then it got to the point where it's like, no, a meditation will take me like a pretty long time. And if I have no stress factors in my life, it's like I'm going to be zen, like just virtually zen all the time. So this is where you want to get yourself to. This is, you want to get into a meditative lifestyle. You want to get into a peaceful lifestyle, and everything counts. Everything counts. Calm music like what I'm playing right now is a ritual. Listening to certain sounds in and of itself is a ritual. Lighting candles does something to your body as well. The sound of water, the sounds of nature, having like these little artificial fountains in your house, all of, just to have like the actual water sounds going in your home all the time, all of these things, they lead to a very zen lifestyle. And so all of it helps you, and you're going to have tons of energy thrown your way, and you constantly need to clean it out, sage it out, get your home to a very peaceful state. You got to ignore drama, ignore trolls, ignore stuff. Do not let things like that pile up on you. Ignore things, ignore phone calls, ignore people that you know that you shouldn't be talking to on your rest day, because they're going to find the people to bring drama to you. If that means exes or people that you co-parent with or old friends or people that you owe money, listen, if they know you're having a rest day on Saturdays, that's the day everybody that you owe money is going to end up calling you to get your heart racing again and piss you off. So you got to think about that. You got to turn that phone off, and you'll get back to people when you get back to them. So that's my contribution for today. I'm going to leave it here. And I'm at 27 minutes, so I have time to do a crystal, because why not? So let me see what crystal comes for today. I believe, and I say this all the time, but I know there's a crystal for everything. And if you have issues with certain things, I highly suggest you just like Google the crystal that's for that. Like 3 of them came out. Okay, I'll do the first one. So this is red jasper, and this is what it looks like. Obviously it's a red stone. Red jasper is a powerful and energetic stone. It's a vitality boost stone, and it's for the body. It is the go-to crystal whenever you need extra energy or stamina, imparting determination to all pursuits and support during necessary conflict. Known as the stone of perpetual protection in ancient times, red jasper is an extremely stable stone grounding all areas of life. It is a reliable support during prolonged illness or traumatic events, sustains and supports during periods of stress, and prevents burnout. Okay, this is the Gang Stalking stone, obviously, so we'll get this. This stone of health strengthens and detoxifies the circulatory system, the blood, and the liver. It is helpful for prolonged convalescence, speeding up recovery time. Traditionally, red jasper increases fertility and overcomes impotence at any level. So this stone, for the mind, it encourages assertiveness, enhances organizational skills, and promotes self-honesty and boosts creativity. On the spirit, it assists dream recall and out-of-body journeying. So yeah, I would definitely go get red jasper. I'm gonna keep this out of my deck because I think I'm gonna get it. There were two more that came out, but let me see actually what these are. No, I think the red jasper resonates really well with what I was talking about today. So obviously if you heard what I just said about red jasper, you definitely need to get, I wish I had that when I was under constant stress, because I would have needed that. Um, I don't know why I didn't get more into crystals at that time. I should have. Um, okay, so this is the card of the day. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself why you are still there. Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. You got to make a decision to leave gang stalking, because gang stalking is not going to leave you. And you leave gang stalking mentally first. And it takes many tries over and over and over again to mentally pull away, because they feel you pulling away and they come in. They feel you getting up and they come back. So you got to continue striving over and over and over again in order to get there. So this is my message for the day. Thank you and have a good night.